Hey guys, it's me, Problem Sleuth. Do you want to read my comic? Come on, guys, let's read my comic. It's at chapter, we're at chapter. I think we're at this one. Okay, let's start reading. Anyway, I'm high. I've, I feel like reading, I've been on the grind for one of my other channels. Mostly one of my other channels. I've been making some stuff for my main channel too, but mostly a fucking my walkthrough channel where I make, cool and composed videos where I know what I'm doing, and I kind of just need a break. That's the only channel I actually have revenue on, which is probably part of why I'm so motivated to. But I just kind of need a little bit of a break. So I'm gonna be making some much more disorganized, silly videos on this. I think of finishing this and then maybe taking a break to make some break before we move on to Homestuck proper to make some silly stuff for another thing. But if you're binging this literally doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm also thinking of going through Hive Swap again, of course, but I'm trying to figure out if I want to redo it on this channel or go for it on the walkthrough channel since yeah, Psycholonials I'll most likely do on this channel because I'm doing that at some point. But Hive Swap itself, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, Eight Sticks' imagination is too crude to have a female alter ego. Considering how shitty the gun he imagined was, I'd hate to see the pair of boobs he might dream up. Small Eight Stick, look for exit from Giant Dame's apartment. You scurry into a mouse hole on the south wall. It looks like there's a fancy Santa over there. You don't have time to admire its beauty, though. Time to blow the dust out of the cartridge and start the book from the beginning. It seems that game code did nothing. What a waste of time. Problem Sleuth, push buttons on the machine randomly. The end. Problem Sleuth, grab parachute and jump through upside down window. Pickle Inspector, go through Weasel Bus. Flip a bird to Elf Bus on the way. The coat bus weeps tears of blood. Elf Bus, man the fuck up. It appears to be some sort of lounge room, although it looks like the couch is missing. There are 3 face-shaped indentations on the wall at different heights. Problem Sleuth, make a pit stop at a sleazy brothel in the sky. You miss landing on the brothel by a bit. You wave to the whores as you pass them by. He was so close to boning all those whores. Oh well, maybe later. Pickle Inspector, functions, ogle, paper, table. The table contains smutty material which makes you highly uncomfortable. Hunk Rump is a fictional magazine. Black Inches is not. You should know this. Now you do. Thanks, Ranger Hussy. Pickle Inspector, use tallness power to press face in highest indentation. The couch archetypifier is triggered by the interface afforded to your mighty tallness attribute. It shows upon a couch suitable to your profile. It's quite an elegant piece of furniture. It looks like your imagination could run wild with it. The small man reappears in the hole with some lipstick. Honestly, I kind of forgot the voice for the dame's cut for mostly her. I think I remember the voice for Nervous Broad. But meh. Hysterical dame, take the lipstick. You cautiously appraise the cosmetic accessory. There's nothing unusual about it at all, and there's no reason whatsoever for your hysteria god to elevate. The lipstick wound up being Hysterical Dame's final weapon. Again, we see the weapons destined for certain players do not necessarily begin in the same room as those players. If I zoom reset? Yeah. Fair. I guess I didn't really think about it. Meh. Hysterical dame, wield the lipstick in a calm, casual manner. You start flipping out with a chainsaw. You saw the fancy Santa in half. There's a carousel key inside. The key was not the only secret the fancy Santa was guarding. Fancy Santas are really coy sons of bitches. How long are we going again? We're going to 597. Not that long. A stick, examine wing. It's a lustrous head of hair. You've always been pretty insecure about your baldness, and maybe it's finally time you did something to boost your self-esteem. Referring to a stick's baldness insecurity is what we in the biz call characterization. A stick, take win. You take the Prussian currency. How do I pronounce that? We gotta Google this. Here this works.
Kürassier.
Kürassier. I'll remember if this gets said a lot, so I'm just gonna go for it. You take the Prussian Kürassier helmet. Prussian. Is that right? I'm gonna double check that.
Prussian.
Okay, I was right. You take the Prussian Kürassier helmet. Pickle Inspector, build forward from couch cushions. Wow. Pickle Inspector, drink candy corn liquor. The powerful liquor maxes out your imagination gauge. Your lithe frame can barely contain a raw power, causing you to feel mildly disconcerted. Pickle Inspector, enter fort. You're possessed by violent, imaginative Numina. You feel as if you can bend this entire continuum to your will. You can do anything. Numinum is a plural of Numen. I think you'll agree that merely one violent, imaginative Numen would not nearly be enough. Yeah. Alright. Here's my mouse. A loathsome beast approaches. Problem Sleuth, land already. It appears the realm below is locked in escalating conflict. These warring parties clearly need a diplomatic savior. You land in an enchanted palace. Blank already was a pretty common command suggestion, mostly because people are really damn impatient. The white dots comprising the starfield were originally made for the graphic novel I did called Whistles. Hell yeah, I made it with a lot of ink splatters on paper. I then reused the texture in other unrelated projects like this one more times than I could possibly count. Next. You bow before His Majesty. The tale of his kingdom sorrows plucked at your heartstrings. He has a royal appointment for you which you cannot refuse. Kingdoms consisting of hogs, elves, weasels, and clowns all apparently have nuclear scientists who can make bombs. I think a clown going into physics is probably sort of like an honor student going to clown college. Wait, where's his candy corn? I figure he must have some sort of pocket compartment in his hat so he can take it off without flinging corn every which way. A stick, lookout window. You thought you saw something moving by your window. You take a look outside and notice an exceptional work of art. Mobster Kingpin and the Madam just really fucking love their urban murals, don't they? I actually downloaded some photo mosaic freeware to make this. I was probably the only person in history to download such a program to make something great instead of something awful and stupid. Next. The mural appears to be a single tile in one of those really cool but somewhat dated photo mosaics. The mosaic appeared to be printed on the opposing wall of a gigantic office. Whoever was occupying this office has likely been trapped in here for some time. This seems like a safe assumption to you. But the office is empty from the vantage of your dollhouse window, and it looks like someone has just vanished into a portal in the floor. Implicit here is the mobster kingpin just went into the hole to complete his own personal spirit quest with the clowns. He presumably interacted with some piece of furniture, knocked himself out, and woke up as the Madame. This is a part of the adventure we never got to see. Stay tuned for book 126, Appendix IX. Well, we better get to it. I don't know if I ever said it, but like something I wish were like kept here and stuff, like moved to the collection in some form, were like the book exclusive things. Like the book exclusive chapter titles. They had little unique chapter titles for every, chapter. Little custom illustrations and shit. It was like one of the, aside from the commentary, it was like probably the second main reason to get the books. But yeah.
Pickle Inspector, become overwhelmed by possibilities. Your imagination is like an untamed stallion bucking through the cavity in your imaginary skull. There are so many ways to deal with this beast you can't possibly attempt them all. Or can you? Pickle Inspector, Combat Operandi, Level 8 Pickle Replicimile.
Combat Operandi.
A replicimile is so much different a thing than a replicant or a facsimile. So much different. Firstly, a combat operandi is so much different a thing than a battle technique. So much different.
Boss battle.
Pickle Inspector, rip up buildings and throw at beast. Hysterical dame, while flipping out, chainsaw the lockbox. You slice your cherished lockbox in half. Actually, it was a music box. The small, terrified man has taken the carousel key and fled. Sometimes I correct mistakes people make in the commands they submit. Real games don't do that. I'm much better than real games.
So, like, did I completely miss? I guess.
Pickle Inspector, let the beast swallow you and fight him from the inside. The beast invokes Combat Operandi, Level 18, Belly of the Whale. All of your duplicates is swallowed whole. Once inside, you quickly set about turning its various organs into delicious candy. The beast suffers moderate damage. Note to aspiring artist: if you want to make something look like candy, just put some shiny stripes on it. It will look delicious instantly. Pickle Inspector, ascend to godhood! One of your duplicates decides to achieve deity status. He now resides as the serene, omnipotent master of all realities, Godhead Pickle Inspector. Godhead Pickle Inspector will no longer respond to any user commands other than Godhead Pickle Inspector, fondly regard creation. That damn Starfield has always made for the hugest GIF image file sizes. The GIF compressifier doesn't like dealing with lots of dots and speckles, so it punishes you. Number of times Godhead Pickle Inspector fondly regard creation was suggested by readers thereafter. Infinity billion. Pickle Inspector, take the form of an even more loathsome beast. You transform into an absolutely grotesque monster. Come to think of it, this is not very polite behavior. Flagrant breach of character. Time to go back to writing school for me. In this form, you quickly dispatch the lesser beast. But now Monster Pickle Inspector is out of control. It will only respond to user input. Monster Pickle Inspector succumb to unfathomable bloodlust. If he had his head on straight, it would have occurred to him to shrink down a bit and ride the blade legs like a mount. Monster Pickle Inspector succumb to unfathomable bratwurst. I think perhaps he misunderstood.
Problem, Sleuth. refuse his majesty and flip him the bird. Never! You gladly accept your duty and are honored by his lordship's trust. Problem Sleuth, accept new armor and weapon. You don the royal diplomat's tunic and head garland, and accept perhaps the most potent weapon of the kingdom, the legendary Tectorix of the Arbiter. You think the getup is a little silly though, so you change back into your normal clothes. You take up the head of the negotiating table with high-ranking officials from the Four Kingdoms. A map of disputed territory is handy. You listen with sage composure as the representatives list their countrymen's grievances. It took me hours to get the look of sage composure on his face just right. The Hog Provost relates with measured dismay recent events, which have thrown the entire kingdom out of balance. Recently, a mysterious visitor has been abetting clownkind, helping them to slap the plump, unsuspecting rumps of innocent hogs. This has triggered a most pronounced and unwelcome escalation. Problem Sleuth, forget negotiation. Slap Provost's plump, unsuspecting rump. This situation is clearly a diplomatic minefield. One misstep could send the realm into oblivion. You will have to tread carefully and choose your balance of alignments wisely. Problem Sleuth, open allegiance mesh. Oh boy. Problem Sleuth, Control Alt Delete. Game fucking over. Please visit ControlAltDelete.com. You won't be disappointed. Fucking hell yeah. Nice melon specifically. So it's a serve about two guys who sit around and play video games? Seems a tad cliche, doesn't it? That's not even true. Besides, we have a hook. Oh, really? What? We got a third character. What? Nice. Didn't this turn into like an actually really cool serialized story? Well, at the very least, the art looks actually good now. But like, yeah. Anyway,
Pickle Inspector, conjure Candy Mecca.
A stick, read business card. This sounds like exactly what you are looking for. Looking for a tough brute? This hard dick is your ace in the hole. 1-800-8-STICK.
I suddenly wonder what some of these fake 100 numbers actually dial. If you attempt this, please be sure not to mention me by name.
I'm gonna call this. I'm gonna call this number right now. Actually, that would be like, that would be really really funny. Actually, where's my thing? All right, keypad. I don't know what to expect. I'm going for it. 1-800. So ace. That would be 2 3 2 3. D would be 3 again. I 4. C 2. K. So 1-800-223-3425. I'm just gonna act like I'm actually calling the number. This is a good idea. Hello? I'm calling the. Is this a phone number for a detective? I'm looking for the detective's office.
No, this is the home group for mental health services.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have gotten the wrong number. Got this. Yeah. Maybe this is an old business card. Maybe the number's out of service. I'll have to look into that. I'm sorry. Wrong number.
No, no worries. Okay.
All right. Well, fuck. That's not something I could work with. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It's okay. That was. It would have been really funny if I went like my friend Andrew Hussey told me to call this. Who's just give them Andrew Hussey's full address. Got fucking a home. I feel bad. Okay, I'm gonna. Well, that's what that number dials. I could go back. I could hunt down every single business card and just try calling every individual number. But I don't think I'm gonna do that because I was like, oh, that was awkward as hell. That was absolutely awkward as hell. It would be funny, but I'm not gonna do that. But if another phone number comes up, I will dial it. A stick call number. The line is busy. You wonder who he could be talking to in the home group. The hordes say they will be right over. They take off in the wormhole field. Ace wakes up in the pentagram room. You're not totally sure, but you think this means there are now 3 Ace Sticks running around. Ace Stick, walk through pig room. You enter the room through the vanishing hog bust. There's a computer station along with a dot matrix printer and a punch card machine, which is on the floor for some reason.
Hey look, punch card alchemy, the basis for Homestuck, the adventure following problem sleuth.
Cool.
Monster Pickle Inspector's going berserk. He employs battle technique level 48 disconcerting ogle. Half your party is slain, leaving the 3 remaining, including the one piloting the mecha. Pickle Inspector, charge and fire your laser!
Horrible reference.
Well, okay, you don't have a laser, but you pump the beast full of hot sugar. It suffers moderate damage. In a fit of cowardice, the beast absconds.
Oh boy, what's the voice I did for you? I said I remembered it earlier, but I actually don't.
It looks like the little fella in front of you. Carousel-key, but a kind, small man. Pickle Inspector and A-Stick had a dumb waiter for exchanging goods between their rooms. Hysterical Dame and Nervous Broad have a small A-Stick and a mouse hole. Nervous Broad, use key. Something is happening to the mirror. There's something funny whirling in the sky. Little Dave Chappelle is riding a carousel. That is a funny thing whirling in the sky he is looking at.
A-Stick busts through the door and smacks the beast with a romance novel, dealing a brutal affront. Enough to kill him, apparently. Even though, like, how much health did he last have? Yeah, pretty high health. So, damn, motherfucker's strong. The beast is slain. You wonder where Nervous Broad went.
But you do not wonder about the robot strolling through the room. Oh no, not at all. Nervous Broad, replace hat with carousel.
Reap spoils a battle, whoever. Oh, hell yeah. Victorious moments. Pickle Inspector gained a level. Imagination plus 580. Pulchritude plus 1. Vim minus 103. Pickle Inspector excelled a new rating. Pickwind Aristocrat. Pickle Inspector accrued combat operandi abstracted thought. Ace Dick gained a level. Imagination Pulchritude minus 0. Vim plus 45. Ace Dick increased stomach capacity by 3.3 liters. Ace Dick increased stomach capacity by 4.2 liters. Ace Dick increased stomach capacity by 6.8 liters. Ace Dick achieved level 26 stomach prowess. Ace Dick accrued combat operandi. Check yourself, Jonah. Ace Dick excelled new rating. Jolie Roughneck. Pickle Inspector gained a level. Imagination plus 1040. Pulchritude plus 2. Vim Pickle Inspector has lost his vim gaze entirely. Pickle Inspector had learned a new type of ogu, disquieting leer. Pickle Inspector, crude combat operandi, temporal simile. The beast dropped the artifact, Ferruginous Horn. Every single ability gained here will be used later. This is sort of alarming. Oh dear. I remember a few of them, but not all of them. Uh-oh. A stick, spect Ferruginous Horn. You're transfixed by some rich, rust-colored patina. It's probably worth a fortune. A stick, activate punch card machine. It dispenses a punch card. A stick, insert punch card into the computer. The aging machine noisily performs tens, if not hundreds, of mind-boggling computations per second. The dot matrix printer churns out a printout. A stick, re-printout. Wow. 5 alarm hot sauce.
Rereading is a typo that will never be fixed. That would entail altering the original GIF image, which is sort of a heresy. A heresy grounded on the bedrock of righteous laziness. Hysterical dame, chainsaw your way out of your room. You draw a line around the door with a lipstick. I kind of remember thinking the whole lipstick chainsaw duality thing was particularly rad at the time because I could do things like this.
Yeah, it's like really good. In fact, like I think the lipstick might be like the culmination of the item weapon duality. Like it's probably the one where it gets the most creative usage, and in fact, it's probably the only weapon like this that gets used in Homestuck item weapon duality and all. Which is really cool.
Anyway, Pickle Inspector, combat operandi, abstracted thought. You fade from the imaginary reality, leaving your final duplicate behind. Pickle Inspector count as of now. 1 Godhead Pickle Inspector, 1 tiny one piloting the Candy Mecha, bunch of dead ones, 1 regular imaginary one above, and 1 that's just disappeared to wake up. Keep track of this. Actually, there's a recap of all this later, so forget it.
Oh god, the recaps.
Pickle Inspector is awoken from his fort trance. He's now capable of functioning in reality while still maintaining a presence in the imaginary realm. Pickle Inspector, curl up on couch with black inches.
Did I have a voice for you? I don't remember. Just like, Mobster Kingpin finishes his soul quest. He emerges from the experience inwardly enriched and full of wisdom.
Elf Bust, tap her rich veins in Mobster's wisdom with wide-eyed inquiry.
Mobster Kingpin, go through Clown Door. All quests have been completed. The curse has been nullified. The statues have been banished forever.
This is such an important page. Banished. But to where?
Probably say I have to block the doors to the offices of 4 other honest, hardworking professionals. Problem, Sleuth? Too difficult. Go online and search for walkthrough. Where the fuck is my mouse? There it is. Oh. That's actually the last page for the chapter. What's going on with these anyways? Like in the latter half of the year, and yeah, we still have like 35. Interesting. We'll get to it eventually. Oh well. Like, they just haven't been that interesting in terms of news posts, but like, meh. It will eventually. Anyway, that's the end of chapter 8, which was the sleazy brothel in the sky. Well, anyway, let us continue. Hell yeah! Bleh.